Oh, that's delicious. I don't care who you are. Anyways, how you doing, folks? Dead Man back here with the Dead Truth, here to give you a little bit of a movie review. Now, there's like a lot of movies in the vein of Eli Roth's Cabin Fever. You know, just basic, horrible situations happening to folks, normal folks that usually can't get out of it in some way or another. Usually it's because they're in an isolated area, so on and so forth. There's powers beyond their own control. When everything's in your control, there is no fucking reason you shouldn't survive. Just like this next movie I'm about to review called Frozen. It's on Netflix. You can check it out if you want to. I don't recommend it. Now, the whole premise behind Frozen is three or four friends on a ski trip, two brothers, a chick. I wasn't really paying attention. I was waiting for the movie to start. There is a lot of build-up here, and I mean a lot of build-up. Now, when you're trying to build up to something as a director and a writer, there has to be a payoff. There has to be at least a decent payoff. Fuck. Getting stuck on a ski lift? That's not a payoff. No. Bad writer. Bad director for keeping it. Fuck. Getting stuck on a ski lift on a ski trip with your best friend and brother or girlfriend, that's just idiocy. There's no helping that. I mean, really. I mean, that's like getting locked inside your car. Thank you, Peter Griffin. It's stupid. Now the thing that really irks me about this movie is that it's supposed to be like Eli Roth's, a kind of survival tale. The problem with that is that everything that happens in the fucking movie is so out of sync with the camera shots themselves that it just makes no goddamn sense. You're stuck on a ski lift. Granted, that's about 25, 30 feet into the air. Not such a bad... Okay, well, it's a bad thing. But you know what? YouTube parkour. These guys jump off of bridges. Survive just fine. Now, being stuck in a ski lift, trying to find a way down, problem. I get that. Not such a, easy thing to figure out if you don't have any fucking common sense. Now, the real problem, like I said before with this, is that nothing syncs up. They give you several shots looking down at the ground from the ski lift itself, the one that they're stuck on. In one shot, you see foliage everywhere. It's like they're above a fucking forest. Literally. There's just a condensed amount of trees with just a little bit of ground off to the side of the screen. The next shot, there is not a goddamn tree in sight. It's like El Paso, Texas. There's just nothing, no vegetation at all. Now this presents two problems to people actually paying attention. One, if you're going to jump off the ski lift, aim for the fucking tree if you're in that shot. If there is no tree, then you got three people on a fucking ski lift. You can build a human ladder. And the thing is that, the horror in this movie, or I guess if you could call it a horror movie, is just things like one of their hands freezes to the exposed metal rail. Another one is wolves attack. And another one is the female herself has to go to the bathroom or pee, and has to do it in her garb as it is, because she, for whatever reason, can't just hang over the side and do it. Now, personally, I find that a little just unbelievable. Having been to a lot of fucking bars and drank with a lot of fucking people, there is one thing I have to give you females. You will find a way to pee anywhere you are. So, you know what? I don't care if that is sexist, man. I've seen it happen, alright? I've been on the side of a freeway with a female friend of mine, doing her business. So, yeah, if you guys can stop a car going 72 miles an hour just to, take a leak, I'm pretty sure on a stable platform, there's a way. There's a way. Another thing is just the unbelievable physics in this movie. One of the gentlemen tries to climb across the cables, only to find that his gloves are being ripped apart like he's fucking jacking off a handsaw. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I've worked in construction. Those cables aren't that fucking destructive to you. And on top of that, the wolves. The wolves themselves. I mean, yeah, you know what? I get the wolves are aggressive creatures and you're trying to paint them in a light that most other, horror directors have. But, I mean, come on, man. It's really not that not that huge of a threat when you fight the first one off. Now, as I said before, the fall for this thing may be 25, 30 feet. And that's with the ground just strictly below them. Another problem with this physics is that you're skiing. As far as I know, skiers don't ski on solid ice and snow. They have a lot of give. They have fluff, is what they call it. Or, I don't know what they call it, truth be told. But, they have a lot of cushion there. So if you're able to get as low as possible, let go of the ski lift, or whoever's holding you from the ski lift, you should be able to land in a nice cushion of snow. This guy lands, and his legs look like they got ran over by a tank. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, his bones are sticking out, there's blood squirting in the air, Mother Teresa fainted, the fucking church bells in the background are ringing for his funeral, it hasn't happened yet. It's overly dramatic, and it's just not believable. Now, the second bloke on the ski lift also jumps, ends up pretty much in the same situation. Now, how is that? How is that you just saw your brother jump off, break both his goddamn legs to the point of catastrophe, and your dumbass thinks, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that. Again, if you're in sync with the shots, as they're supposed to be, aim for the fucking tree. I'm pretty sure you'd rather have a branch up your ass and both your legs broken to the point of, ER status. Anyways, in the end, they leave a cliffhanger, and I'm not sure if it's for some kind of a sequel or some kind of secondary tale that they could tell with this. The movie's just terrible. The direction is very one-sided. The writing is very shallow. Characters aren't even believable. The guy that supposedly gets them stuck on the ski lift is cliche beyond any and all means, and it just insults me. It insults my intelligence to believe that somebody would do that. Frozen. Fucking sucks. Don't watch it. If you do, I'm sorry. If you have, demand a refund. It was horrible. Anyways, this is the Dead Man signing off. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another zombie survival tip.